everyone, in the last video I showed you the winning technique if you have an extra pawn in an endgame with king and rook against king and rook. Now it is time for the defense. So take a look at this position. One very important thing is that the black king is in front of the white king and the white pawn. Now the drawing chances are much larger. Still, you need to be careful, because if you just play on and not have an idea of the defense, you might lose. For example, let's say that black in this position plays rook h4, trying to make the white king away, make progress. But now we have the key idea of white, and that is to create a shelter with a pawn. You remember this with shelter. It's very important when it comes to rook endgames and other endgames as well. But white can play, like in this case, e4, and now if you go back and try to get check from the back, there again we have the pawn as a shelter. No checks in the back is possible. Then you go back. Okay, now force the king backwards, and now again if you give check, we have the shelter idea. You go back. Now the idea is that if you play rook h6, then e6, and you have a shelter, and it's very, very dangerous. So if you give a check here, king here, threatening to play rook to a8 check with white, and now again the pawn is a shelter and black is in big danger. Instead of playing this move, rook h4, you should know the idea of the 6th rank defense, or the 3rd rank depends if you play white or if you play black. But the idea is that as soon as you have this position with your king in front of the white king and the white pawn, then go down with your rook to the 6th rank like this, back to h6. And now you just wait. You let white come forward like this. Okay, come on, you just go back. You wait, you wait, you wait. Okay, give check, you go back. But now we come to a crucial moment, because now the only way for white to make progress is to push the pawn. Okay, you can try a little bit. You make a small move, then you make a small move, waiting move. Okay, go back. And the only way to make progress is to push the pawn like this. And now the shelter idea is gone. You can go back with your rook and you can start to give check in the back. Okay, white can give a check on a8. Doesn't matter, king to e7. But now, for example, king moves forward. Now start to check, and there is no pawn that can shelter the king. So check, check, check like this, and we have a draw. So to conclude this type of positions, what you should do is, first of all, to get your king in front of the white king and the white pawn. Then you should go for the 6th rank or the 3rd rank with your rook and just wait. And you force white or their opponent, if you play black as well, of course, then to push the pawn so the shelter idea is gone, and then you start give checks in the back and you will make a draw. Good luck.